Hello everyone, welcome back to Dread Tech Reviews. This is Richard, and I have the Redmi Note 7 Pro in front of me today. I'm going to try to get a bunch of videos out for everybody today, but it's been crazy busy, and I know I'm running late on my uploading, so I do apologize for that. But let's go ahead and get into this one. This is going to be hopefully a short one, but we're going to update the Redmi Note 7 Pro from MIUI 10 to MIUI 11. We're going to check out some of the settings before and after and just kind of see what's changed. So let's just go right into it here. This is the Note 7 Pro. It's got the Snapdragon 675. It's got the 48 megapixel camera on the back. And I do got the, the red and blue, or not red and blue, I'm sorry, the purple and blue version. It's real pretty. But let's go ahead and just get rid of all this stuff here. And we'll go into the settings. Alright. So up here we've got the mobile data, Wi-Fi, flashlight, mute, Bluetooth, auto brightness, airplane mode, GPS, rotate off, that selects it, so now it doesn't rotate. That's the one complaint I had about this phone, is you'd hold it like this, and if you go down just a little bit too far this way, it would turn to the side, and it does it a lot, and it's kind of irritating. But so I have the rotate off a lot. And then you've got the vibrate, hotspot, and edit. So edit, you can add in your other ones, which is screenshot, lock screen, reading mode, do not disturb, battery saver, sync, and then buttons. Oh, and then screen recorder. What's the buttons? Navigating buttons disabled. Double tap. Oh, okay, yeah, that's right. That's navigation buttons, so I don't need to worry about that. So we'll go ahead and go back, and then we'll go into the actual settings. This is the update. We're going to do that in a sec. So about phone, this just tells you that the system update is available, and we're currently on, I don't know, we'll check that in a sec. Device name Redmi, model number Note 7 Pro, Android version is Android 9. Let's see if we can't get a little less glare on there. Alright. And then, let's see, we got the MIUI version is 10.3.13, so that's what we're currently on with the Redmi Note 7 Pro, which is the security patch of August. It's still on Android 9. CPU, this is just your phone information, so no, most of that isn't going to change. System app updater, that's just your system apps, like which ones that needs to be updated now. We need the cleaner to update, so whatever, we'll just update it. And then you got your security status, find device on, security, Google Play Protect, SIM card, mobile networks. I don't have a SIM card in this phone right now. It's just connected to the Wi-Fi, so it's not, I don't have any data run into it really. Then you've got your Wi-Fi, your Bluetooth, mobile, portable hotspot, data usage, and then in more we've got airplane mode, VPN, Bluetooth, wireless display, which is kind of cool. I've used that a couple times. Just throws your screen up onto a TV that's on the Wi-Fi, like a smart TV or something. And then you got your reset, and then emergency alerts. And then we go down here to display. This is a LCD display, so it doesn't have the on-screen, or what do they call that, ambient display, so it doesn't have any of that cool stuff. So this will just be the LCD version of the MIUI update. Then you got the brightness level, reading mode off, contrast and colors. You can do warm, cool, default, and I just do automatic. I don't do any of the crazy stuff usually. Dark mode's cool. I use dark mode on all my phones, or any app or anything that I'm able to put dark mode on, I use it, and it's 50% screen saving, not on this phone because it's LCD, but on the Mi Mix 3 or the Realme X, which is the phone that we're recording on today. It does save battery. I don't know how noticeable it really is for screen off, but it might be like an hour of the day that I get extra, like tops, And then you got your screen text size, double tap to wake, which double tap and the screen comes on. Auto rotate screen. I mean, if you want to have that on there, but let's see if I can get it to do it here. So let's go back. Oh, see, now it doesn't want to do it. Alright, well, it's being less sensitive today. And then raise to wake, you just pick it up and the screen comes on. And then you've got your wallpapers and themes. That's one of the things that I enjoy most about MIUI, is all of the themes that you've got. Really cool, so you don't got to worry about, let's turn the Wi-Fi so we could quit getting interrupted. That's one thing I like about MIUI is how customizable like every inch of the look of the phone can get for the most part. It's really cool. And I don't notice those ads that everybody's complaining about on even on MIUI 10. Like sometimes they'll pop up in applications and stuff. It'll be like, hey, advertisement for this ad or whatever, or for this app. But yeah, it's not that big of a deal. Like ads are in everything nowadays. But MIUI 11, we'll kind of take a look and see how integrated the ads are in that one. And then sound and vibration, lock screen and password. Oops. Lock screen and password. You need to do fingerprints. You can add your face data. We can do set screen lock. I have a password. My password's usually pretty much the same. Just make it easy. Privacy protection password. Then you got sleep, wake lock screen for notifications. Wake with volume buttons. Launch the camera. Double press the power down button. Camera launches. And then we got advanced settings. On screen lock. Show all the notifications. Lock screen clock format. What was that one again? Oh yeah, it's just the format. I like the top corner one. It looks cool. Lock screen owner information. Just displays my information. It says, hey, it's my phone. We can unlock with the Bluetooth device. I usually set that up on a lot of phones, so if it's connected to my headset and I click my phone, it automatically unlocks it. So, and then pocket mode. So lock touch gestures when placed in a pocket. Not going to be accidentally calling people if it's all locked up. What else we got? Privacy protection, that was advanced settings, right? Back at here. Notification and status bar. We have app notifications. They'll show up in the notification bar. Show icons for incoming notification. Show the connection speed. I don't have the connection speed showing because there's no connection. Carrier device. Collapse after touch. So if I tap on the Wi-Fi, it collapses automatically, so I don't have to swipe back up afterward. Show on lock screen. There's notification on the lock screen, and then notification shade shortcut. So yeah, up there you can do settings or search. I always choose settings. I'm glad they choose that as an option. Where were we? Home screen and recents. So default launcher, I just use a system launcher all the time. The app vault. So if you're interested in what that is, that's your app vault, I believe. I might be wrong. But if I'm wrong, just let me know in the comments. I don't particularly use every little setting inside of the phone. I just kind of use it as a phone, and sometimes they come with cool settings that I use and enjoy, and sometimes I miss over settings entirely. And maybe doing some of these videos will help everybody and me learn, what kind of cool settings some of these carriers provide. Fill cells with uninstalled apps. Okay, shake to fill empty cells. That's kind of cool. I wonder if I can do that. Alright, I don't know. We're just going to go ahead and leave that as it is. Just the weird things that... little settings and stuff. Locks home screen layout. That's so that you can't adjust, where the icons are. So you can't accidentally hold too long and move it. And then home screen layout, you got your 4x6 and 5x6. Show memory status and show suggestions. And full screen display. I use the full screen display because it gets rid of the navigation keys on the bottom, which it just takes up space. I'm always pushing those. I'll push the space bar and I'm a little bit too low and bam, I go home. So I never liked that. Second space, that's kind of cool. If you share your phone with another person, you can basically have two phones on one phone. It's pretty cool. And then battery and performance, adaptive battery, power use, battery optimization. Oh, don't worry about that. What's it say up there? So we have 8 hours and 48 minutes remaining. That's because I don't have any data saved on it or data running to it or Wi-Fi or anything, so it'll last a long time. Got your power usage. Been taking a lot of photos. We'll go over some of those. I'm actually going to put those in a different video because I'm going to compare some photos I took on a walk with the Realme X, the Redmi Note 7 Pro, and the Oukatel C17, so you can kind of get a view of 3 different companies. And as soon as I can fix the Mi Mix 3, we'll start adding some photos in with that one too. I can't find enough time to get around to it. I'm sorry, guys. Adaptive battery, and then choose apps. So some of these apps will run in the background, more than others will. And then you got your storage. This is the 128 gig version, so I have plenty of room. I've used a little over half, and I've got a bunch of games and videos and stuff on there. Emergency SOS. So what is that? Rapidly press the power button 5 times to send an SOS text message with your location to your emergency contact. That's cool. I don't push it 5 times, but if I accidentally pushed it, I don't know, maybe they'd be worried. I don't have it on there though. And then here's your Google stuff. You got, that's just my account right there. And then your additional settings, you can do date and time. We're over in the States, so we got the automatic time zone for, what is that, Pacific time. And then I do Hong Kong. Alright, so with Miui, maybe it'll change in the Miui 11, but in the region, if you put it as, my region, which is the United States, I don't have face unlock, but if I put it as Hong Kong, I have face unlock. So kind of a weird system how they set that kind of stuff up. I'm not really sure why particularly. I'm sure there's some sort of legal reason why they do that, but I don't know. It seems like Google and Samsung that have face unlock have theirs all over the world too, so we'll see if that changes in the MIUI 11. Then you've got privacy, enterprise mode. I don't know, I don't really worry about that now because I don't really enterprise anything. Authorization and revocation, that's just authorizing apps, saying what apps can and can't use. Then you've got the quick ball, which is cool. It's just a little ball that floats around on the screen. Maybe you can pop up here. There you go. Quick ball. So that's just some settings that you can open up and cut and screen and all that other kind of stuff. Oh, it's got a little easy back button. That's cool. Oh, now I lost my settings place. Alright, I don't use the quick ball because it's just it seems like it might be kind of useful sometimes, but I don't think I use additional settings when I'm in the middle of playing games and stuff that I really need to worry about activating those. Then we have button and gesture shortcuts. So you launch oh yeah, all these are just shortcuts, so I can do various tasks, push buttons, and it'll open up the apps and everything. It's always kind of fun to play around with some of those if you like the shortcuts. And then you go to a notification light, and the notification light for this phone is actually, I believe it's down here. Yeah, it's kind of a weird spot on the bottom of the phone. And then the headphone and audio effects are kind of cool. We can assign buttons. I don't have headphones connected to this, but all of these different settings down here. Oh, let me zoom in. It's kind of dark because it's all inactivated right now. But all of these that you can see in here are all different headphone styles, and each one of those kind of makes your headphones sound a little bit different. And then we got the headphone audio effects with a one-handed mode. It makes it easier for one-handed. It pulls the screen down a little bit smaller. And then we got accessibility, printing. You can accessibility is just the easy stuff like app vault, talkback, select to speech, accessibility menu. Select to speak is kind of cool because it'll read shit on your phone. And then what else? Headphones, printing, backup and reset, backing up your phone and resetting. Put all the information on there. And then the Mi Mover, which is cool. You can move information from one Mi phone to another Mi phone, so it's kind of cool. And I believe we're almost at the end of our settings. There's my Mi account, automatic sync, system app settings. You just choose system apps and like the settings inside of those. You can manage apps. It's kind of the same thing. You just manage different apps in your phone. Dual apps. If you've got 2 Facebook accounts, 2 Twitter, 2 YouTube accounts, whatever, you can duplicate an app, and then each one will open in its own settings, so you don't have to go into the app itself. But they're kind of changing that up a little bit because on my Facebook, for example, I've got my main Facebook, and then if I just swipe over, it goes to my Dread Tech page for my reviews and stuff. So they're kind of on the same app, and they're just on a different page. And then permissions. You just grant permissions to phones, auto start, permissions, other permissions, things like that. And then here's your app lock. You can lock apps so that, let's see, password to protect your apps. So yeah, so you have to use a password to get into the apps and stuff. And then here's the feedback, which is really cool. And I think more companies need to incorporate this into settings, is providing feedback about the phone, about the system and stuff directly to the manufacturer and not going through another internet service provider. It's like in the phone itself, so it's pretty cool. So those are the settings. I've got, there's no app drawer. I'm used to swiping up because the Realme X has an app drawer as an option. But I just have the one page and it's set up, folders, and I've got the Mi remote. Here's the camera. That's the G cam, so you kind of pull it up and you can see the G-cam options, and then here's my regular Mi camera. So I switch back and forth if I'm trying to compare between the two, but I mostly use stock camera just because I like seeing what the manufacturer gives to me, and then if I use Google Cam, I'll usually use that one for like night shots on the lower end cameras, because the night shots and night scenes and stuff on the Redmi phone and the Realme phone and even the Xiaomi phone, they're okay, but the Gcam is better. So let's go ahead and get right into this. Is why you're here. We're 15 minutes in, so let's try to get this going a little bit faster. Maybe I can pause the video if it's going to take too long to update the phone. Let's see what it's going to do. That doesn't seem to be going too terribly fast. Oh, there we go. We jumped up fast. I'll talk about a couple things here while it updates. For starters, using the Mi Mix 3 as my first phone when I wanted to check how the Cricket services worked. I get service everywhere. It works just as well as your average Samsung phone would, or your average Cricket phone would. I get service everywhere because it has all of the LTE bands and all of the 3G bands and everything, so it's not missing any cellular service at all. Right now, the screen on that one, actually I have it right here, the screen's broken. You can actually see the crack up there that didn't break the screen, and I don't know if you'll hear me. Might as well just take off this screen protector. I got another one that I'll put on it. You might be able to see the crack that actually killed the phone. Maybe not. I don't know. But it runs like right along here, and it killed the display on the phone. But I have a new screen. I can't find time or a quiet place next to a power outlet because I'm in the greenhouse and there's no power outlets out here. But it's not quiet enough for me to do that. But this is as I drop the Mix phone on the ground there. So this here is the screen protector that I was using on the Mi Mix 3. It's from Armor Suit. I have another one that I'll put on there, and I'm actually going to try to do a Q-Matics on there as well. There's another video that I'll post in the description here. But it's a liquid screen protector that you wipe on the phone, and I was debating, and it says it's supposed to raise it to a 9H hardness. And I was thinking about getting another one and doing a cool little test, and I'll apply it on the phone that I want to actually do the guarantee with, so that I can get the guarantee on that one. But then we'll use the leftover fluids. Then we'll put it on a screen protector that isn't attached to a phone. We'll put it on a screen protector that is attached to a phone, and that, because it's meant to be used up to tablets and the size of tablets and computer screens and stuff. So. Maybe not computer screens, but maybe a laptop screen. But there's enough liquid in there that you can use it for multiple devices if you're wanting to, but the guarantee only covers, the one device that you put it on. So make sure that's the first one you put it on. But we'll do some tests. We'll maybe leave it out. We'll bend it around a little bit to kind of see how that 9H hardness works up. And maybe we'll kind of see how accurate to their word they are on the strength of the liquid screen protector. But yeah, so enough about that. This screen protector, though, if you're looking for one, I don't know how many phones they have it for. I know they have it for the Mi Mix 3, but this is a really thick, matte screen protector. So this one, the only reason that the screen broke on the Mi Mix 3 is the screen protector goes to let me see if I can line it up. It goes to right there, and if we zoom in, not zoom in, but if we just kind of hold up closer, you can see the crack is it hit just outside the screen protector. So if it would have hit the screen protector, I'm sure it'd be fine, but it didn't, so the screen suffered. We'll try to fix that another day. We're halfway done. All right. The next phone that I got after the Mi Mix 3 was the Redmi Note 7 Pro. Now, when I got this one, it was missing a couple of bands, so I only had, I want to say band 5. Was it band 2 and band 5? I'd have to look it up. I don't remember exactly what it is. I'll put that in the description if you guys want to clarify. But it was missing a couple of the bands for getting full service. So there would be times when I noticed that I was getting LTE most of the time, but then if I went into a deep part of the city where there was lots of tall buildings and service was interrupted, or if I was inside of a heavy brick building or an elevator or something like that, I noticed that I didn't get the LTE, I just got regular 4G. And while I didn't always notice a speed difference, like if I was listening to YouTube or if I was browsing Facebook or Twitter or YouTube, or not YouTube, I said that, or like Instagram or any of those, I didn't really notice like a lagging or a loading difference per se. But if I was initially going to start a YouTube video, then that's when issues would start. Is like it would take a minute to load, as opposed to on LTE it would start up right away. But it's not something that prevented me from purchasing this phone, because the specs in this case outweighed the very small service problems that I did have. So, the 48 megapixel camera and the Snapdragon 675, while it's not a flagship, plays all of the games as well as any flagship that I'd used before. There might be some weird small lagging issues when the game gets really intense, like on Asphalt 9, if there's a couple of cars in front of you that are racing, and then a lot of buildings are passing by, or your nitrous, or you have NOS going on, and just all these different things. If there's too much stuff going on, you'll notice that the frame rate lowers a little bit, but as soon as all of that information clears up, it goes back to normal. So no problems gaming on this phone at all. The battery is a 4,000 milliamp battery, so it lasts all day, no problem. You don't got to worry about charging it up unless you play games for 2-3 hours a day. Then you might have to top it up halfway through the day. But I never had an issue. It lasted me all day, from the time I woke up at 4ish in the morning until 8-9 o'clock when I went to bed or so. It gave me life, so I had no problem with that. Then after that, the next phone I got was the Alcatel C17 Pro. I've got a couple videos coming for this one. I know this is the one I promised you guys I was making videos on. I've run out of time, and the game that I'm going to play on this one, I've actually is almost downloaded. It was a big game, and then I had a bunch of pictures and other games and stuff downloaded on this phone, and then it was all like, oh, you need more space, and so I deleted a bunch of stuff, and we're downloading again. But I'm not next to the Wi-Fi because it was a little low, so it doesn't want me to play the game because you have to be connected. But there's going to be a couple games I play on there, and then I'll go over some other information about how we're going to be moving along with the game testing on these phones, because I've had a lot of different games requested being tested, but I don't exactly have the ability just to go out and buy just various games that everybody wants tested. So I'm going to set up a very structured game test for all the phones I'm gonna test, and it's gonna be 3 different games. I'm gonna play I like the Call of Duty game, so I'm gonna play that one because it gets a nice little action shooter RPG type style, not RPG, I guess, first person shooter style game in there, and it can get pretty intense, and I can see lower end phones not performing as well on that game as, say, a flagship phone. And then I was going to play Asphalt 9 as another one I like to play, and that one has a lot, like tons of action that goes on and tons of movement, and if your phone doesn't really have a lot of graphics ability, that one's really going to suffer. So we'll play some Asphalt 9 on the Alcatel like later in another video, and you guys can see what I mean by how it suffers a little bit by trying to play performance and everything. And maybe we'll do a comparison between a couple of videos, or a couple phones. And then finally, the Realme X, the one that we're filming on today, it was the 4th phone I've purchased to use for these reviews and stuff. And we have a Mi 8 Lite, but that's the girlfriend's phone that she uses as her daily driver. And I can probably make a couple of videos in the future about that as well. So we have a lot of stuff that's coming out. I just have to find time to be able to sit down here and review it all, and actually have the time to get it all done. Let's see how we're almost done with the Redmi Note 7 Pro here. Alright, so I think that pretty much sums up just the short little things I was talking about with the other phones there. But we'll get more videos coming out here. I'm going to try to get as many as I can done, I guess, today as possible, and get those uploaded. And thanks for everybody for being patient and then staying with me through all this. I'm at like 58 subscribers now, which is way cool, and hopefully I can keep that growing. So if you guys like my videos, please comment on things that you want to see in the future, or comment on things that you feel like I could improve on, or if you got friends that are looking for a phone and there's a couple of phones on here that you think they might be interested in, definitely share my stuff to them, or share it in general so other people can see what's going on here, that you don't have to buy a Samsung or an Apple to get a really cool phone in the United States. You don't have to spend $1,000 on a phone to get all of the top of the line stuff, because that stuff's coming down to like half the price on some of the, I guess, the flagships of the brands that we're talking about here. So while the Google Pixel might be coming out that has like the best camera here and there, you know, they've got a 108 megapixel camera coming out on the Xiaomi phone, which I would bet a few dollars that it's probably going to be on par with that new Google Pixel. But enough about all that. Let's take a look at this new Miui 11. So, Miui 11, life gets easier. Meet the new Miui. Introducing services and feedback. Before using services and feedback, let's agree. Couldn't connect to the network. Of course. See if it'll connect to the Wi-Fi from way out here. We're a little bit away from the Wi-Fi, so that may not be a possibility since we're a little bit too far out. Oh, I'm connected. We have a bar. Let's try this again. Try again. Allow. Report bugs every time you encounter problems to help us solve them faster. See? Listen here. I don't know if Samsung or Google or Apple or even the Realme phones or Ucatel phones, like any company that provides a service on a phone needs to have this format kind of set up. You need to be able to, I need to be able to give you an image. You know, I found this crash. I can swipe and I can take a screenshot and I can send it to you and be like, hey, I keep running into this problem. Fix it, you know. And if enough people send it, that it seems to get fixed pretty quick. And Miui seems to be kind of cool about doing those feedback things. So it looks like it didn't keep my icons here because those got all big and weird. But let's go into the settings and kind of see what the new stuff is. And we have a cast. Alright, so we're going to go through the same settings here. This is going to be like a half-hour video. I'm going to try to go through this a little bit quicker than before so that you guys aren't spending all day watching the video. Alright, so in the notification settings, we've got mobile data, Wi-Fi, flashlight, mute, Bluetooth, auto brightness, airplane mode, GPS, rotate off, vibrate, hotspot, cast, and then me share and edit. So I think that cast was the one they added on there. Maybe me share. And then down here we have screenshot, lock screen, reading mode, dark mode. Cool. Do not disturb, battery saver, sync, grayscale, screen recorder, and remote. Oh, that's cool. You can do grayscale. To add an item, press... Oh, I have to pull it up there. Okay. Done. So let's take a look at that grayscale and see what it does. I think it just makes your phone gray. Yeah, look at that. If you have an OLED display, that is something that I bet you anything will save you some battery there. Black and white. Alright, sorry, let's get into the settings. Get this over with for y'all. Alright, about phone. We got the Mi new system here. Checking... Okay, so we're at Miui 11.0.5.0 stable. Cool. Device name Redmi Note 7 Pro, Miui 11, Android version 9. Oh, still on Android version 9 though, so we haven't got Android 10 on the Miui or the Note 7 Pro. So we have the Miui 11, so the new I guess the new Miui version, but we do not have the new Android version. Yeah. But we have the new security patch for, what is that, October? Storage 128, all specs. Okay, so they glooped all that into one setting. So that's kind of cool, one little page. Instead of just putting it all into the one. Then we have backup and reset, Me Mover, contributors, legal information, import, safety, and certification. Alright. System app updater. I feel like there might be a lot of apps because it updated. Services and fees. Sure, we'll update that one. Security status, that's the same stuff as before. SIM cards, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth connection and sharing, Me share, cast, printing, portable hotspot, VPN, airplane mode, data usage, Bluetooth tethering, and then reset the Wi-Fi, mobile, and Bluetooth. Then we have lock screen, sleep after 10 minutes, raise to wake, double tap to wake or turn off the screen. That's kind of cool. Wake lock screen for notifications, lock screen owner info, lock screen clock format. Do they give us new ones? Nope, still the same. Launch camera, pocket mode, need other settings, password and security. And then we have display, brightness level, reading mode, color scheme, same as before. Dark mode on, text size, notch and status bar. We can hide the notch. That doesn't really bother me. I like having that information up there instead of just giving me less screen real estate. Never really understood that. And then we got the notch in individual apps. I mean, if it lets me keep the notch in there, it doesn't really bother me. The notch in itself, when I'm playing games, like, you can't see the camera half the time, and it's over on the side. But that big chunky bathtub notch, like on some of the other phones, I could see being a little more invasive. But this little drop dot or teardrop or whatever everybody's calling it, it's not like a huge issue or a screen blocker. You know, it's not like something that's going to keep me from buying a phone in the future. But I will tell you that the full screen phone, you know, hiding the camera back there or an elevating camera module, that's the top of the thing for me. Like, having that full screen, that's something that will push me over to buying a phone over one of these phones, like with a teardrop. But you know, I'm sorry if I'm not being too perfectly clear on that, I guess. But basically, in the tier, I go full screen, and then teardrop, and then the bathtub. So anything down. But if you want to go ahead and put like the Meizu phones where they have the real thin bezel on top and bottom where they can hide the cameras up there, that one to me is more attractive than having a notch with more screen up top. So to each their own, though. And then the other information here is basically the same. So let's go back and we'll go down to sound and vibration, phone ringtones, sound alarm, notification events. I can adjust my volumes from here. Here's the volume sound for the alarm. Call reminders, that one. And then music, games, and media. I guess that's all. It's not terribly loud. You know, testing is more loud when it's actually playing on the phone. And additional settings, we've got dial pad tones, tap sound, screen lock, screenshot sound, and delete sound. And then in earphones, we've got headphone, oh yeah, it's just the headphone remote buttons again. Alright, notifications. Did they change how this is going to set up? Ooh, they did a little bit. So lock screen notification, floating notification, or notification badges. I'm going to choose, oh. It looks like you have settings for, oh, you know, let me choose them. Cool. So all three of these seem to be activated. And then for my notification shade, what's the difference? Here's Miui, and here's Android. Miui. Oh, sign in error is that. And then we go to Android. I think I like the Android one more because it's just less stuff. Like the Miui, it's got the little thing which is like an older Android style of all the goofy animations that they used to have. So I think the Android just looks cleaner, just less colors, less information there. Let me know what you think in the comments about that stuff. So they changed the notifications up a little bit. Then we go to home screen, still got the system launcher, still got App Vault. Swipe up on the home screen to open search. I do not like that. Swiping up on the home screen should allow me to, oh, go back. Should allow me to, yeah, that's something I'm never going to use. And it's kind of irritating, so let's go and turn that one back off. Oops, wrong one. Swiping up on the home screen should enable me to open up an app drawer if I wish. So let's, oh, maybe in the system launcher. Nope, see, only the one launcher. So that's not something that they added as an app drawer that I've seen yet. Alright, log home screen. So we got show memory says blur app previews. So blur app previews in the recents. So what does that mean? That's camera. So it's only doing the camera. So let's open up the camera. We'll close out the camera and we'll go back to settings so that maybe it'll, okay, so you can blur. I don't see, I mean, that's not really going to do anything. Like, I still know what the camera is and I still know what apps that is, so that's cool. I mean, if you like the blur, then go for it. Alright, where are we at? Home screen. Alright, let's go to wallpaper. Oh, I'm holding that far too close, sorry guys. Those are my wallpapers. We got themes. It just opens up the theme store. You can go back and play on that. And then passwords and security, battery and performance. Oh, we're at 16 hours of battery life. Oh wait, did I turn the Wi-Fi? No, the Wi-Fi's on. So yeah, it went up to 16 hours of battery life. So I don't know, maybe they increased the ability to So save battery on here. That's kind of cool. Then we've got apps, additional settings. Let's go to additional settings, see if anything's changed. Oh yeah, let's test that one out real quick. Let's go all the way down to the United States. I'm at the bottom, like in Washington State, and I'm all the way at the bottom of that too. Pretty used to. All right, so let's check the face unlock out. See if I have it on. No. Maybe if we go to lock screen, passwords and security, face. Oh, face unlock is on now. Look at that. Add 2D face data. Make sure all parts of your face aren't covered by objects and are clearly visible. Your face should be lit as well. All right, loading camera. Oh, let's pull it up here. All right, that worked. That's cool. So now that I've moved over to the United States region, the face unlock is an active thing. Oh, but it still has that swipe up. I don't like that. Let's see. Can we please turn that off? Password on, fingerprint on, face unlock. Unlock. So delete face data, unlock using face data, stay on lock screen. Let's turn that off. I want it to immediately lock after it looks at me. Allow face unlock when the screen lights up. Alright, so let's go. Cool. That's pretty fast, and then we use the... It's about as fast as the finger unlock. There's the fingerprint. Pretty cool. Thank you so much for enabling that in all regions, or at least in the United States for me. Alright, where were we? Battery performance, apps, additional things. So digital well-being, that's kind of a new thing everybody's talking about. You can set your, oh yeah, there's little, I have a parental control set up on another phone. Alright, so the digital well-being is kind of cool. So digital well-being, if you want to limit yourself to some screen time, you can just go, hey, I only want an hour a day, and you can limit yourself to that, and you know it won't be able to be used until that timer's up. So that's pretty cool. Special features, we got game turbo. We can turbo those games up, pretty cool. I mean, that's your game turbo. So when you load up the game, it'll say like boosting or freed up memory or whatever it is. Quick replies, oh, I love that. Quick replies are cool. So if that'll let me use it inside of the messaging app, will it? Let's do messaging. I like that. Quick replies are cool. We'll have to test that out later. And then second space. Oh, that's the... So they kind of put that in a different menu. So the second space is just the two people using the same phone thing. Here's my Me account. Here's the Google account security, services, and feedback. We have beginner's guide, and we have office tools. We have security, personalization, and trips, planned trips and stuff. Pretty neat. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up a little bit. It seems to be getting kind of long. So that was just the short little, not short, I'm sorry, 40-minute long update from Miui 10 to Miui 11. We did not get Android 10 on this device. I'm gonna try to fix the Mi Mix 3 because I think Android 10 got to that one. If not, then we'll see. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. You know, is there any settings that you want to see me go into further now that we have Miui 11 on this phone? Is there more information that you guys want about Miui 11? Or if there's questions or comments that you have about this phone in particular, please put them in the comments below. If you like my videos, please like, please comment, or anything you want. Please share, please subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Sorry, there's so many things that keep adding. There's that bell icon so you can get notified whenever I post a video. And since I'm not super regular on posting videos, pushing that bell icon might be helpful for anybody that is subscribed to me, because that way you're not going to have to check back every once in a while. You can just get notified as soon as it happens. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I know this was a really long video. I'll try to keep them shorter. But there was a lot of information to go over with an update, and the update took kind of a while. But yeah, I think this phone's slick. It's quick, you know. Oh, it doesn't have the raised awake thing, but if I just push the screen, it unlocks. All right. Yeah, sorry. I'm going to go ahead and end it now. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have an awesome day, and see you next time.